How's your day?
Oh, I'm fine. We're on
Mm-hmm.
the beach right now,
Oh, wow. Oh,
but
that's
I'm trying
uh-huh.
to add the lesson.
Wow. So actually, that's the best thing about working as a freelancer, online. So whatever you do, as long as you're connected to something, so you can easily conduct classes. Yeah, like when you're at the beach and when you have good or like stable internet there, so you can still continue, classes. Mm. Oh, that's nice. Are you having like a weekend getaway with your family? Mm, yeah, it seems like yes. Okay. I'm happy that you're having fun there with your family teacher. All right. So I guess everyone is still coming, but yeah, it's already 9. Actually what we're going to do now is like we're gonna we have a teacher Annabelle. Hi, teacher Annabelle. Hello, teacher. Hi, teacher Annabelle. Good evening. How are you, teacher? How's your day? Oh, we can't hear you, teacher.
I'm sorry, my internet connection is unstable.
Ah, okay, okay. No worries, no worries. All right. So, yes, so welcome,
That's
welcome.
why it's.
Mm. Yeah, it's a bit unstable. I
Thank
understand that.
you.
No worries, teacher. Take your time. So, yeah. Right. So, welcome, welcome to our. This is actually what I do every single like weekend. So I do have this English enhanced program because it cannot be covered only with our 8 day. So that's why I need to have this support for you guys to truly the the especially some activities. So we can't just discuss everything sa 8 day natin. So that's why today we'll be discussing more into grammar thing. First, we're gonna focus more on we're gonna focus about present tense, okay, the verb, because that plays important role, and that's the common there are some that's the common problem some ESL teachers are quite struggling because like they tend to interchange the tenses of the verb, right? Yeah, so knowing the tenses of the verb in English, it's quite complicated, teachers. It's actually complicated. As you can see, we do have, if you could still remember, like what other tenses do we have in English? Aside from the present tense. You can type or you can share, yeah. What other tenses of the verb do we have in English? In English, yeah. For you guys. Still remember. We have we have present tense. What else?
Past tense.
Past tense, yep.
Okay.
What else? Present tense, past tense, yeah.
Present participle.
Present, okay, present participle, okay, past participle, yeah.
Present continuous.
Okay,
Continu-
present continuous, yes. Present continuous, past continuous, future progressive, and so on, right? Actually, there's a lot of that. And that what makes English quite complicated because whenever time changes, so the form of the sentences, the form of the words change too. Unlike in China, I mean in Chinese, my students, I've got my Chinese students told me like, teacher, in China, in Chinese, we only have when we say verb, we use this one verb for future or for the past and present. Yeah, which is easier, right? In terms of sentence construction. However, for English, oh no. Yeah. For English, it's quite confusing, especially if you're not familiar, if you don't know the distinction among these tenses. All right. That's why today we will be focusing first. We will be focusing first with the present tense because that's the first tense that we really have to be to be to to be aware or like to know more about it so that we won't be confused. So we have to dig deeper all of the present form today. All right, and we're gonna have activities as well. So are you guys ready? Ready? Okay, we do have Teacher Marilu. Hi, Teacher Marilu. How's your day, teacher? Okay, seems like Teacher Marilu is not available to speak. Okay, so let's get started, teacher. We're gonna start with an activity. Okay, this is to test your prior knowledge. Okay, so prior knowledge in terms of the tenses. Okay, so I'll be here. Okay, this one. Can you guys see the screen? Can you see it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Awesome. So you guys see it. Okay, now. So I'll give you, let's say maybe around 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes to answer the following just on your own first. Okay. Just 3 minutes. So it's 9, 10, so 9:30. We'll check. Okay. So answer the questions first on your own. We're gonna check later. Go. Time starts now. For the newcomer, we have for the newcomer. Okay, try to. The test is you have 3 minutes to answer the following, the 7 items. So answer it on your own first, and what do you call it? We're gonna answer later. Oh, we're gonna rationalize later. Okay, you have 2 minutes left. Okay, 1 minute. All right. Are you guys ready? Yes. Okay, so who wants to try? Please type one if you're available to answer. Okay, please type one so that I can add it on the list. Please type one. All right, teacher, please type one if you're available to answer. Okay, we have teacher Annabelle, teacher Marilu. Okay, who else? Teacher Ria. Okay. All right, so okay, let's start with teacher Annabelle. Teacher Annabelle, please answer number one. Number two, teacher Marilyn, teacher Ria, number three. Okay, go.
Okay, number one, I greet my friends on their birthday. Greet,
Greet. Okay, why greet?
because I is like plural in form.
Mm-hmm.
You make delicious food.
Yeah, teacher. Yeah, you can try it. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Why do you think it's greet, not greets?
Because I should followed by plural verb or
Mm-hmm.
means plural verb.
Mm-hmm.
I
All right.
like you.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you for that, teacher. So yeah, okay, so your answer is correct. That's right. So when it's present, so the subject, we have to check the subject first. Okay, what's the subject is I. Yeah, so I, it's a pronoun, right? It's a pronoun that functions as though it's one, but in a present form, the verb must be in a, like what you say, in a plural form with the base form or base form of the verb. With S form, that's with the S, we call it S form. And this one, the Greek without S, we call it the base form. Yeah. All right, teacher Annabelle, thank you. Yeah, Greek. Okay, next. We have teacher Marilyn.
Number 2, you make delicious food. It's make
Mhm.
po.
You make. Why make?
Just like I, you as a pronoun should be followed by a base form of the verb.
Okay, that's right. In the simple present tense, so that's it. So when the subject is pronoun you, it must be followed with the base form of the verb, which is make. Okay, thank you, teacher Marilyn. Next. Okay, teachers, that's why I ask you to explain, because again, you will be asked by your students in the future. So at least now you know how to respond, how to explain to them clearly and simply. We just have to simplify our explanation so that our student won't get confused. At first place, these tenses are quite confusing. So you have to simplify our explanation so that they won't be confused. All right. Thank you, teacher. Next, we have teacher Ria, number 3.
Hello, good evening. Number 3, she keeps her room neat and tidy.
Okay, what's your
Keeps.
answer, teacher?
She keeps her
Keeps.
room neat and tidy.
Okay, why?
Yes po.
Why keeps?
So, she, because she as the subject of the sentence is a proper noun. So that's why keeps, which is the third person um singular.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it should be keeps.
Okay, okay. So with S,
Am
right?
I correct?
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
thank you, teacher
keeps.
Ria. All right, good answer. All
Thank you.
right, they're right. She keeps. Okay, let me just help you in explaining it to simplify.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, thank you. You're right. She keeps her room neat and tidy. Yeah, again, in the simple present tense. So in identifying, like in a sentence, we have to identify the subject first. So what's our subject? She. And she, is it a noun or a pronoun?
A pronoun.
Yes. So she is a pronoun that means a girl, and it signifies only one. Yeah. When the
Person.
subject is
Singular.
pronoun, yes, singular, the verb must be in base form or S form.
In
S form. Yeah.
yeah.
There are two names that we just
Okay.
have to use to make it easier, teachers. If there's no S, that means it's base form. That's the original form. When you say base form, no S, no ed, it means that's the original form of the verb. All right, teachers. Now, when we say S, so especially for present form, so we say S form, that means the S has been added to the base form. Therefore, we say to differentiate the two, base form, no S, no ed, no es, no addition, means the original form of the verb. That's base form. Well, S form, that means the additional S form of the verb. That we use S form if the subject is singular. Yes. All right, teachers? Okay, thank you. So we have, who wants who wants to try for the new ones? Okay, please type 1 if you want to answer 4, 5, 6, 7 and explain. Yeah, please type 1. If not, if you want type 1, so I'll proceed to teacher Annabelle for number 4. Okay, I'll proceed to teacher Marilee for number 5 and teacher Ria number 6. For the newcomers, if you're available to answer, type 1 so that you'll be added to the list. Okay? Now let's have teacher Annabelle.
Number 4, my father plays golf on Saturdays. It should be plays because my father is a singular noun, so it should be followed by singular verb, and the singular verb is plays with S.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's form is this place? Is it in base or S form?
Form. singular
Yes,
form.
that's right. S form. Yeah, thank you, teacher. That's right. I understand everyone, yung mga those explanations, singular verb, plural verb. That I have to say, let's avoid that kind of that kind of explanation. Why? Because it makes everyone confused. Why? Because we mostly use singular and plural for the noun. Teachers, right? So we use the term
Yeah.
singular and plural
Yes.
for the noun only. Yeah. So that's why to have the distinction between the noun and a verb, we use plural and singular for nouns. We don't use it for verbs to avoid confusion. So to make it clear, if the subject is singular, therefore the verb must be in
S
S.
form.
Yes. Okay. So again, for nouns, we use plural and singular. But for verb, especially in the present tense, take note, particularly in the present tense, we use the base form, which is the original form of the verb. No S, no ES, no ED, no additional, no IES. It means the original form. And the S form, that means the additional S, ES, IES, and OES. All right, teachers? Those two distinctive description. But to avoid confusion for your future students. And for you as well as a teacher, it is easier for you to explain, yeah, the difference among the two. All right? Good. Thank you, teacher. Now let's have teacher Marilyn.
Okay, for number 5, the child likes colorful dresses. The child is a singular subject.
Mm-hmm.
It is said that a singular subject goes with an S form of the verb. Singular subject S form with S form of the verb. That's why
Yes.
it is the child likes.
Oh, see? Yeah, it's clear, right, teachers? When the subject is singular, it follows with the S form. When the subject is plural, it follows with the base form. Yeah, that's the pattern, teachers. So to simplify everything, when the plural subject, so it follows with the base
The
form
base form.
of the verb. Okay, when the singular subject, so it follows with the S form of the verb. Take note, So plural subject, which means mostly the noun, pronoun, noun, pronoun. So it follows with the base form of the verb. And singular subject, it follows with the S form of the verb. And take note, it's but if you're talking about present tense, okay? If you're talking about simple present tense, because when you're talking about a past, everything changes well, especially past tense. When you're talking about past tense, you don't base on the verb. I mean, you don't base on the subject. Yeah. For simple present, you based to correlate or to make it correlate yung they go together. This you have to check the subject first. Pag simple present, in order for you to identify the right verb. Okay. Now for the past tense naman, you have to identify first the verb to check, especially the time indicator, to check all the whole situation. But we will be discussing that for our next another day, next session. Okay, so we'll just focus now with the present tense. At least now, teachers, you've got this concept of plural subject follows with base form of the verb, singular subject follows with S form of the verb. Is everything clear?
Yes po.
Yes, right? It's
Yes,
clear.
teacher.
Uh, yeah, any questions? Now? I think it was a delay only. Yeah, that's it. So simplify. Let's
None.
have it. Yeah. So that's it, right? So especially your students are non-native English. I mean non-native speakers in English. So they'll be confused with the tenses, especially Chinese. Chinese, oh, especially this one. Oh, sometimes I will go to the market. Okay, is it right? When you say sometimes I will go to the market, is it right or wrong? Is there something wrong or is it a correct way of expressing this one? Sometimes I will go to the market. Sometimes I will go to, yes, sounds sounds
Sometimes I
correct.
go to market.
Teacher,
Uh-huh. Yep, sounds correct or not correct.
parang, hi
I
sir, Marilu po.
Yes.
Parang there is something off with the statement.
Uh-huh.
I just cannot figure out uh,
Uh-huh.
uh, sometimes I will go to the market.
Uh-huh.
Parang there is something off with the
I can
statement. I just
uh-huh.
cannot figure out what is
The reason. Oh, what
uh
caused? Yeah, they can. Okay, so for teacher Marilee, there's something wrong, right? There's something wrong with it. Okay, thank you for sharing, teacher Marilee. What about other teachers? What's your
I,
observation of this? The Chinese would say, "Yeah, teacher. Sometimes I will go to the market. I will go to school, and then
I
sometimes I will eat this one."
I think it should be like the omission of the will.
Mm-hmm.
uh, because will usually is used during, or we're going to use the will if there should be a plan in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, teacher Lenoa, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I think it should go this way. Sometimes I go to the market
Mm-hmm.
without the will. Or sometimes, yeah. Kasi kung my will, it should be I will be going to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All
That's
right.
for my ano,
Yes,
I
yes,
do not
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. It's open for everyone, for everyone's, opinion. Thank you, teacher Life, for sharing your thoughts as well. All right, other teachers, would you like to share as well your observation? We
sir.
could, yes,
Another guess po why uh, no judgment man from you
yes,
if it
yes, no,
is wrong
it's
or
open, yeah,
if it is
everything, yeah,
I mean
feel
if it
free.
is wrong
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
correct,
Yeah,
no,
yes,
wala pa mang answer kung ano.
yes.
Just parang because sometimes yung ano ko is observation ko sometimes is when you use sometimes the action is ongoing, or
Mm-hmm.
let's say parang though you are not doing it now,
Mm-hmm.
you do the thing, you do the thing, you keep on doing the thing continuously,
Mm-hmm.
um and then yung I will naman is it belongs to
Mm-hmm.
it's a future tense,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
parang some parang there is a contrary to that.
Uh-huh.
Yan lang po.
Okay, yes, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that one to teacher Marilu. And here's gonna have B12 teacher from teacher Anilo. All right, thank you, teachers. Okay, that's it. Right? That's what learning is about. So we are all trying to dissect here. What we're doing now is we're dissecting every sentences and how it works and how what's the function of this word of this one, because in every sentence it's composed with different words, and with different words each word has its own function, right? That's why for us English teacher, if for us English teachers, we should know what's the function, what's the real function of each word. Like, what's the function of sometimes, what's the function of I, what's the function of real. It's like for those physicians or for those doctors, right? For the surgeons, they have to know the anatomy, right? They have to know the anatomy of a certain body. What's the function of the liver? What's the function of the heart? What's the function of the kidney and the nerves and so on, because so that they'll know where to check if there's something wrong with it, right? Same us. Same with us teachers as English tutors, since we are dealing with sentences. And again, each sentence has its different, word, and word functions has its own function as well. So this one, teachers, okay, thank you for sharing your thoughts on this. And again, this is the common problem. This is the common expressions of Chinese and some other non, and let's say your future student in the future. Now, when you come across with this kind of sentence, so I'll tell you there's something wrong with it. All right. So first and foremost, so let's identify first the form. So we have there's a time indicator here, right? The first, what's our for the sometimes. So sometimes it's actually it's used for the frequency of the actions of what you do. It They go along with always, usually,
Adverbs.
occasionally, yeah, never, seldom. What do we call them? Parts of speech. Ano ang parts of speech na to?
Adverbs of frequency.
Yes, that's right. See, teachers. So yeah, it's important for us teachers. We should know the different parts of speech. Like this one, sometimes. Knowing that sometimes is part of the adverbs of frequency, it shows that we use this adverb frequency to an action that, yeah, that's ongoing, or you do your habitual action. You may do it yesterday, you may do it today, and you may do it tomorrow. It's nothing like there's no specific time frame. Yeah, like always. So for always, you always, that's why we say, I always go, right? I always go to school. So we don't say I always will go to, or always I will go. Now, usually, same with usually. Usually I go shopping. I usually I sleep late. So we don't say usually I will sleep late, right? Same with sometimes. So whenever we use the adverbs of frequency, we always okay, what? We always use the base form of the verb, or we call it the present tense. Okay? And will is will present form? No.
No po.
Will, it's the indication of future, something that you
It's a
plan to do.
future
Yes, that's
tense.
right. See, since sometimes is you, when we use sometimes, the verb must be, I mean, the tense of the sentence must be in the present form. Therefore, we should omit will, and we should stay with sometimes I go to the market. Sometimes I play. Sometimes I swim. Sometimes I watch. Sometimes I eat. So there's no certain will, and I'm going, or even sometimes I went. Somewhat, lalo na pag went. So went is the past form of verb. So again, when we use the adverbs of frequency, that shows the time indicator that it's your action that you have been doing. It's parts of your habit. Yeah, so we use adverb of frequency, and then the present form of the verb. Clear, teachers? Is
Clear
everything?
po.
Yeah, right? Clear? See,
Clear.
so that plays important role when we are familiar with each part of the verbs and its function. As you can see, actually, this will if we try to dissect this one, sometimes it's the adverb, right? Let's do the dissection. Adverb. What about I? I is what parts of speech is I? It's pronoun. What parts of speech is go?
Singular pronoun.
Go is verb. What
Main
parts of
verb.
speech is to?
Preposition.
Preposition. Now, what parts of speech is the?
Article.
Yeah, all right. So it's called the article, or the article the. And what parts of speech is the market? A market.
Noun.
Now, see, teachers, if we try, if in the for like, or like biologists, so that they study of life, and yung mga biologists, students, they try to dissect. They do what they're doing is they dissecting parts of the frog, dissecting parts of the hamster, dissecting, like they try to open up the body of it to get to know the parts of the body. If ganon sa kanila, sa atin, English teachers, we have to dissect as well the formation of a certain sentence. Like this one, sometimes I go to the market. So dissecting this one, so sometimes adverb, pronoun, I, pronoun, go, verb, to, preposition, the, article, market, noun. See, that that helps you to easily identify if your students, if your students like have created like a sentences incorrectly, or there's a grammatical error. So napaka-importante. No, we are familiar with the parts of speech. So what are the parts of speech, and how many? How many parts of speech?
8.
8.
Yes, there are 8 parts of speech. And what are those parts of speech? There are
Noun,
noun,
Nouns, pronouns,
pronouns,
verb,
verb,
adjective,
adjective,
adverbs,
yes,
preposition,
preposition,
preposition, conjunction,
conjunctions,
and the other one.
verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection.
ayan.
All right, teachers? Yeah, so again, if you're not yet familiar with these parts of speech, please have time. It's like a gift to yourselves, to engage yourselves by learning these parts of speech. Because again, every sentence is composed with parts of speech, right? See, adverb, pronoun, verb, preposition, article, noun. See, whatever, even like, oh, I see an old man. Okay, so what parts of speech is I?
Pronoun, verb,
Yes, and
Article,
and is
article,
an article,
old,
adjective,
an adjective,
man.
noun.
See, teachers, each sentence, I mean, every sentence is composed or consists of parts of speech. It may not be the whole 8 parts of speech, but it's composed of those parts. That's why be engage yourself, immerse yourself with these parts of speeches, because that will really surely, or that will save you. That will save you from any confusions, or like from when your students ask you something, and you yourself as well, you can easily identify the error, because as English tutors, we allow our students to keep on sharing their thoughts, right? Blah 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 blah. Then how can we identify the grammatical error of their sentences if we're not familiar with these things, right? So we can't, if we lack of knowledge and idea of these tenses of the verb. That's why we just say, okay, very good. That was a very beautiful sentence. That is a very good sentence. May mga expression pa na that is a very good sentence. Then may grammatical na error na pala yun. So just because the student was able, it doesn't mean the student it doesn't mean that the student, able to create a sentence. It doesn't mean na hindi mo siya i-correct. You have to correct as much as possible. Yeah. That's our role. And students love that. They love being corrected, especially the beginners. Not unless yung proficient na, yung mga magagaling. You just have to make conversation, blah 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 blah. If there's, because they've just commit minimal mistakes, or even wala na talaga, because they're really good. All right, teachers. So immerse yourself with tenses, not the parts of speech, because again, every sentence is composed or is consist of parts of speeches. Okay, clear? Clear. All right. So interesting. Are you learning so far? Yes. So let's have here. Sino ni sila? Sino ngayon? Sino last ngayon? Si teacher. And teacher, is it teacher Ria? 6. Teachers who want to answer, please type 1. so that you'll be added to the list. Okay, we have yeah, type teacher, yeah, teacher, yeah, teacher, yes. Wait. Number 6.
Okay, for number 6, children usually want to eat chocolates. Want.
Why?
Because children as a subject of the sentence is a plural noun.
Mm-hmm.
So the verb should be want, plural,
Mm-hmm.
in a plural form.
Is it in a do we use plural forms of verb or base form or S form? Yeah, yeah, we use teacher, we use base form. Yeah, we use base form. That using again we use. Thank you, teacher. Yeah, okay, that was good. Yeah, children and want is the right answer. All right. So again, we'll try to by explaining it to our students. Let's use singular and plural only for the subject. All right. If it's noun or pronoun, plural and singular for the subjects only. Now we use the verb when we try to describe the verb, we use the S form and the base form. So like this one. So children, so our subject is children. So is it singular or plural? Plural. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's plural. Since the subject is plural, so it's in the present form. Therefore, the verb must be in base form. Yeah. B form and the S form. So again, teachers, for the subjects, we use plural singular. If for noun and nouns or subjects, the subjects itself. And for the verb, we use the term base form and the S form. All right? So let's avoid using the plural form of the verb and the singular form of the verb. Kasi ang students natin mako-confuse yan. Ha? Ano Kevin? So, may plural, may plural singular sa noun or sa subject. Then so the verb. So I understand that teachers that we used to use that one because that's how they were that's how we were taught, right, in our like previous days. Or but now I want you to change that way. Use the base form and the S form of the verb rather than using the singular and plural form of the verb. So again, we use singular and plural for the subject only. All right. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
lastly, thank you,
Kaya
teachers.
how about if it is singular, example she usually, so what's the verb?
Okay, that's a good question. So therefore, she usually what? Eat or eats?
If there's a singular, it should be it, but I'm talking about the usually, the word,
But now, what's our subject?
She.
She.
okay, so
Therefore,
it
we
doesn't,
go with
it
the.
will not, yeah.
It won't be affected because usually here, it's only a time indicator. Okay, maybe I forgot to explain kanina. So ito yun, right? Sometimes I go. Bakit I go? Walang will. Because what's our subject? I.
I.
Yeah. Yeah. Ito yung kanina. I will go to the market. So we use wala. Let's omit the will. We use go. Why go? Because I. Now, what if she? So therefore, we use goes. Teachers?
Yes.
Yes. So the indicator, the time indicator, the adverb of frequency, they always they always like they go with the tenses. Yeah, like this one. So we use the present form of the verb. Now, usually is not and sometimes is not our subject. So therefore, we still check the subject. She usually
Yes.
eats. Why eats? Because
Of the singular
yeah,
pronoun.
our subject is singular, therefore the verb must be in
S
S
form.
form. Yeah. That's why we teachers when we use always, that's what we say, I always go there, I always do this, I always do that. We don't say I will always, oh yeah, I will always. So the I will always, that's for future. You start with I will always love you, right? Mhm. From the word I will love you. I will love you. That's already a future plan. But you added the frequency of always. That means you love him or her in the future, until the future form, and like in future years, something like that. But if you just, I always love you, that's okay. Yes.
And I
Uh,
think maybe teacher she's confused with the usually. I think ano these adverbs of manner doesn't affect your subject and your verb. So
mm,
parang decoration lang yan siya ba, pero it doesn't really affect your verb. So either andyan si usually or wala si usually, but you have to focus na yung subject is isa lang. So you have to take really the S form of the verb.
okay, thank you for raising that one, teacher Lai. So this usually it's the adverb frequency, or like that means it's only like flowering, like she said, she's right, because if you're gonna omit usually, it's still complete sentence. She eats, right, teachers? But why do we have usually? It is to intensify the situation. For example, I eat apples. So if you come to think I eat apples, like okay, you eat apples, right? You don't know if it's every day, you don't know if it's every week, right? But if you say I always eat eat apples, so what's the situation now? Is it now clearer that all that she or he or that you, like you can picture it? Okay, maybe you eat apples every day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, teachers. So again,
Yes.
these are again this adds the as intensifier. It doesn't affect, the, well, it affects because the present form, you use the present form, but it doesn't affect the subject. Yeah, it doesn't affect the subject. Clear, teachers?
Okay, good.
Okay. Basta when you use usually, check the adverbs of frequency. Yan. Adverbs. Check nyo yung adverbs, yung mga seldom, never. So everything ginagamit yan for present form. Okay? Next, last teacher line number 7.
Sally goes to the church on Sundays. We use the goes, the ES form of the verb, the ES form of the verb because
Mm-hmm.
Sally is in singular form, so we have to take the ES form. We added the ES since go ends with a vowel sound O.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, teacher. That's it, right, teacher? So we see mas clear siya, mas madali siya using the SES form. So what's our subject? It's Sally, and Sally is a singular subject. Therefore, the verb must be in ES form. So now take note. So in present form, there are some words in S form. S has been added, ES has been added, and IES, right? Remember? Let's say keeps, we add as. For go, we add es. Like carry or fly, when y is what, y is substituted with ies. Ies, remember? Or nakalimutan na way back sa ano. Okay, ito ha, this is my task to you, teachers. Again, you have to check this one. Sa S form, meron tayong tawag na S form, ES form, and the IES form. IES form. Oh, baka na-confuse pa din. Oh, saan ba to galing? That's rule. That's part sa rule sa present tense. Especially, like when you try to connect sa subject and the verb agreement in the present form. Okay? That's part of the subject-verb agreement in the present form of the situation. When the subject is singular, and your verb must be in S form. Tama? Yung eat. Now, like this one, go. We don't just add S. We add ES. Like what? Tomato. So what's the plural form of tomato?
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Pero that's noun ha, hindi siya verb.
Yes
Ano
po.
pa? What are the verbs that we add ES? Does. Right? Do. Does. Ano pa? Go.
Cry.
Would. Goes. Does. Ito sa ES form ha, we add ES. Sa eat, ito sila we just add eats, sleeps, we only add S. Now, meron ding another rule when the subject is singular and your verb is in the last letter of the verb is Y, therefore you change the Y into IES. From fly becomes flies. Cry becomes cries. Therefore we say she cries. The bird flies. We don't say like this. So the Y change into IES. Why flies? Because in the context of present form, the subject here is singular. Therefore, the verb must be in IES form. Why? Because the spelling of fly, the last letter is consonant Y. Clear, teachers?
Clear.
Yeah.
Clear po.
So again, if like, oh, parang absent ako nito sa pag-explain ng teacher ko pag pag high school. So at least now, na-recall na meron palang mga ganito, yes. And that adds into, meron pa din yan, like regular, irregular, and so on. Ang dami. So that's why this one, what we're doing now is, again, I can't discuss this one sa mga workshops ko because kaya sa weekly session ko to ginagawa as a specific session for everyone. That's why that's good that you guys are here. At least now you're able to learn, oh, ganun pala yun. That's how it is. So again, in the context of present tense, when the verb is singular, ito ang mga ano niya. We have ES form, S form, and the IES form. So kaya kanina yung gumamit ng subject and plural verb, I discourage that. I discourage you guys using that as your explanation or to reason out their cause. Kasi mako-confuse si students, huh? Kasi singular and plural is these kind of terms are mostly used for nouns. All right? For nouns. For verbs naman, let's use the ES form, the S form, and the IES form. See, that way, meron siyang differentiated explanation. Clear? Yes? Any questions? Is everything clear? Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Clear.
Awesome. Good job, teachers. Now, let's...
Teacher Len, no?
Yes.
In the case of the I and you as
Oh.
a subject,
Uh-huh.
so they are singular subject, no? But then they take the base form of the verb.
Yes,
So
always.
how do we explain that to the students, since we have the rule saying na subject I mean, a singular subject takes the S form of the verb,
Mm-hmm.
and the plural subject takes the base form of the verb.
Mm-hmm.
But how about for the I and you?
Okay. To explain, thank you for raising that, teacher. Okay, to simplify, to simply explain that, again, there are what we call exemptions. All right.
Okay.
Use the exemptions, and part of the exemptions are like I and you. I and you, it may it like I someone, it may sound singular, but it functions as plural. Therefore, the when you use I and you have to use the base form of the verb. Yeah. Yeah. So I and you functions as like plural in sentence. So it means yun ang function niya. Though isa lang. But the function of I and you, again, the exemptions of the rule, like when when the subjects are singular, like he, she, it. So that's totally singular. So you have to go along with the S form. But there are some exemptions, especially the I and you. So it functions as plural in the subject form. Therefore, the verb must be in base form. All right?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yes. I think I got now what you're trying to talk about, teachers, because like you are. Tama? Yun sa you
Yes
are.
po.
And R is used for plural. Yeah, again. Yun, ito ha. Ito si go, ito si eat, ito si sleeps. These verbs are can be used for base form. But are, is, am, they can't be used as the S form. I mean base form, because they are what we call the be verbs. Okay, teachers? Si am, is, and are, ang tawag nila ay be verbs. That's why we can't use the S form, the base form, in identifying these are, is, and am. And that's to the exemption. When you use you go along, when you use you, and you use the be verb, so always are. Hindi siya you, is. Same with when you use I, the be verb must, if you use I and the be verb, when you use both together, it goes along with am. Hindi siya I is, hindi siya I are. All right, teachers?
Yes po.
Okay, dahil dun sa be verb. Si am, is, are, different types of verbs. Be, ang yung ito si go, si do, si eat, si sleep, si fly. So those kind of verbs that you can use as base form and as form. Yun. At least thank you for raising that, teacher. Kasi yan yung talaga din confusion. Bakit are ito, then you naman is singular. Again, so for the exemption of the rule, ito din ang function ni am, are, and is, kasi be verb sila. So when you use you use you, and the be verb are talaga, we use I, so that's am talaga. It's the pattern. Now, to simplify everything, use the pattern. Teach the pattern. It's like the framework. When you use I, am. You, are. If using the be verbs. But if you're using like the S form, the base, so you eat, right? You eat well. You swim. So it's all base form. Kasi you functions as plural form. Exemption of the I and you and we. I and you. All right?
All right po.
Yeah.
Sir Lino, but then siguro sir, for mabuti na lang po dito siguro is we really do memorize by heart the rules. Opo.
You're right,
And
Teacher Malu.
because in the rules po, mayroon naman po doon sinasabi ng mga exemptions to the rule. Oo.
Yes. Mhm.
Yung ano ko lang, because I am sometimes confused, no? I sometimes commit mistakes. Pero yung ano ko na lang is yung sinasaulo ko na lang palagi is the sentence na, di ba, sinasabi natin, I love you. We do not say I loves you. It's I love you. So it's the I and the you goes with they go with using the base form of the verb.
Yes. That's right. Yeah. So if you if you're gonna use the base form, of course, if you're gonna use I and you in the using yung verb na hindi be verb, base form talaga. But if yung again, like yung kanina ang tanong, bakit you are yung teacher again? So doon ka, you explain they are part of the be verbs.
Opo.
Yes. All right. So do we the I am. Hindi siya I is, hindi siya I are. So because of the be verbs, because am and are part of the be verbs. That's why ito yung at, is, was, are, where. Singular is, past form was. I mean present is, past form was. Singular present are, past form where, right? Yes. So that's it. All right. So again, teachers, thank you for raising. Kaya teachers encourage you talaga to memorize. Hindi na siya familiarize and memorize and get to know more the functions. Kaya ito, that's why I was able to explain your questions because ito, na familiar ko na kasi ang flow at saka yung rules niya. So that's why napadali yung explanation. Now, what if hindi tayo aware dyan? Right? Okay, teacher. Okay, wait. I'll check first, right? Yun ang mangyayari.
Yes po.
Yeah, that's right. Ito, she can eat well. Okay, the question, when you say she can eat well, okay, ito yan, the can verb. When you say the can, whenever you use the can, it's always go with the base form of the verb. Okay? Can plus base form. Simple as that. That's the form.
Okay.
They go together. Can, base form. Same sa will. Will, then base form. Kaya we say will go, will eat, will swim, will talk. Yan, ang form niya, ang pattern niya. Kaya, familiarize the pattern, teachers. If master na yung pattern, yan yun. Madali na lang. Like ito, can. Can be used, whenever you use can, base form talaga. That's why we say, I can eat well, she can swim well, she can fly well. So walang S form. We don't say she can flies, no. Because ano ang kasunod ni can? Base form talaga. Ano ang sunod ni will? Base form talaga.
So that is regardless of the regardless of the subject, either plural or
Yes.
singular.
That's right. Because whatever the subject is, when you use can as your main, you use can, this can verb. So can, could, right? Will, would. So ang kasunod niya talaga is base form. And can is used for something to describe someone's capacity. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Thank you,
use can
sir.
to present someone's capacity. Thank you, Teacher Mary, for raising that. At least it resonates with everyone. Like, ganun pala yun. Again, ang technique, teachers, familiarize the form, the pattern. In that way, you can easily, okay, yeah. When someone says, she can eat, kasi can, ang kasunod ni can, eat talaga, base form. She can eat, no. Unless when you say, she eats. All right. Any questions? Oh, no questions so far. Wow, see? Simple present tense pa lang yun. But ang dami ng mga nangyayari. Ang dami ng nangyari. And again, it's indispensable. It's essential for us to get to know more about these tenses kasi yan yun, part kasi siya ng sentence construction. So your students, you will be like, your students, okay, let's say, what do you do? Yun ba what do you do? Ang daming meaning ng what do you do. It's like, it talks about your job, it talks about your the common actions that you do. Then your student, teacher, I went to cinema and I will eat I will eat popcorn. The movie will the movie was very good and I will enjoy it. Ikaw, yung utak mo, lalo na pag alam mo yung pattern, parang puputok. Oo, ang hirap i-process. Pero you can easily correct it. But if you're not aware, ano yun? Oh, okay. Wow! You're so good in making sentences. Tama, teachers? Nabibilib tayo. Oh, you're so good in making sentences. That's really good. Eh, ano pala yun? Parang papuntang Manila ang isa, papuntang Davao ang isa. Right? Yeah. So that's why alam na we have immerse yourself teachers sa tenses, sa form, sa pattern. Yun ha, pattern. Memorize the pattern. Check that out sa inyong free time and familiar. Start reading, start checking all the tenses and its form. All right? Okay, so thank you so much, teachers. Okay, let's have our high five. Okay, can I see everyone? And let's have the high five. So we have teacher Jira, teacher Anna, teacher Marilyn, teacher Lai, teacher Liz, teacher Pearl. Okay, high five. Yes. Did you learn? 1, 2, 3, go. One, two, high five.
High
Yeah,
five.
so I hope you guys have learned, yeah, about those present tense. Lalo na yeah, we're gonna discuss more next week for another tense. Yeah, because madugong labanan tong mga tenses talaga. Yeah.
Present.
But yeah, I encourage everyone to really ask. Okay? Don't feel bad. Don't feel shy to ask because we won't learn something new if we won't ask, right? And that's the purpose of our weekly in English enhancement. Because I want you guys to be prepared in getting into the battle. Hindi lang yung isa lang balang and then kaya yung mga student teacher na ang kanilang student ay proficient, yun, natatakot. Yeah. When you say proficient, like ang galing na. Ang galing na ng student. Natatakot kasi si teacher hindi siya confident sa sa knowledge. Sa alam niya. Pero pag alam mo yan, again, the pattern, okay, let's go. Sabayan mo. And then, you'll realize, magbubuk yan again sa'yo. All right? Okay. So, thank you so much, teachers. Teacher G, Teacher Annabelle, Teacher Light, Teacher Ria, Teacher Bar, Teacher Lisa, Teacher Bell. And I'll see you then next week. Okay? Have a great day. So, again, it is recorded. So, I'll be posting this one sa ating group then for you guys to have to review. All right?
Thank
Have
you,
a great
sir.
day. Welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.